Nowadays, the term white elephant gift is like a party idea or gift giving idea where people give all sorts of weird and or impractical jokes. It's similar to a Secret Santa. The origin of a white elephant gift, I think, comes from the story. I think it's a Sumerian epic or an Indic epic. There's many different retellings of the story, but the one that I'm familiar with is that there was a prince who didn't like a certain merchant that's in his court. The merchant always tried to curry favor, but he was always arrogant or annoying for some reason. And so the prince had an idea to bankrupt the merchant. He gifted the merchant a white elephant with a very strict diet. And it was a very rare white elephant, so you couldn't just replace it, and it was very expensive. So essentially the merchant had to take care of this white elephant, use all of his funds and money to try to feed it the expensive diet and have it taken care of. Because as a merchant, you couldn't really reject a gift from a royal or a prince in this setting. And the merchant couldn't just let the white elephant die or replace it because he couldn't find another white elephant. Or else if he lets the white elephant die, then it would reflect poorly on him and be disrespectful and rude to the prince. So essentially this merchant had to go bankrupt trying to maintain this white elephant and its strict luxury diet as well as its health. This is what I think is the origin of the white elephant gift. Essentially, it's like feigning kindness by giving a good gift, but it's actually a luxury good and it requires a lot of maintenance. And essentially you're tethering a person to a high maintenance item. It's like giving someone who doesn't make a lot of money a Lamborghini. Like, yeah, they might enjoy it, but they won't be able to maintain the upkeep and the costs for it. Similarly, if you give someone who doesn't have a job or doesn't have a high income a mansion, like a multi-million-dollar mansion that requires a lot of groundskeeping and a lot of housework and other upkeeping, including a pool. Like, I don't know if you guys know, but like pools require a lot of maintenance. As it turns out, a lot of things require a lot of maintenance. Surprise, even home ownership requires a lot of maintenance. So the idea of a white elephant gift is essentially just giving something that's very high maintenance to someone who might not be able to survive and take care of the maintenance costs itself, the upkeep essentially. And I think that's very important to understand that even giving a gift can be viewed as a negative or bad thing depending on if they can actually take care of the gift itself. Sometimes I like to see gifts as both blessings and curses, and it's not really clear which is which. It's kind of the dance between duality between what is good and what is bad, right? Because sometimes you can give something to someone that they really want or really enjoy, but it actually ends up harming them, right? You might be enabling them to do something that's actually harmful. In other cases, you might be giving something that isn't really a great gift. Some cases, you might be giving someone a gift that they don't want or actually puts them in a dire situation that actually causes them to grow, and for the better or worse. So consider that when you're giving a gift. There is this element of consent that goes with a gift. Like, a lot of people like the idea of free, and a lot of people in modern society like the concept of free, but there's not really anything that's free. Your life is a causality highway with a whole bunch of different paths. And when you're introduced to a specific path or gift or item or choice, it sort of collapses your probability matrix into one of the causal highways that you're focusing on. So what I mean to say is, before you give anything like a gift or advice, just make sure you have consent and make sure it's a thoughtful gift that they like, that is holistically beneficial, right? Obviously, like, you don't give crack to a crackhead. That's not like you're enabling them, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to be real about it, you know what I mean? To go along with that, if you don't have consent to give a gift, right? Like, if someone tried to give you a knuckle sandwich, I wouldn't expect you to be grateful about it, right? So, like, certain gifts are definitely not something that you want, right? So you have to look at things as not just as what they are, but as the universe can kind of see it, right? Like, so a gift could essentially be anything that's given to you, good or bad, right? And it can be both a boon or a curse, a blessing or a hex, right? Anyways, I'm just riffing off into space. I just wanted to throw that out there. There's this dynamic of gifts as well as the white elephant gift story that that I think is connected to the current game of gift giving.